If your Unraid Docker tab is starting to look like a mess, containers everywhere, hard to find anything, this is how you fix it. Today, we're setting up FolderView Plus, and I'll show you how to turn your Docker tab into something clean, organized, and actually usable. FolderView Plus lets you group your Docker containers into folders. So instead of scrolling forever, you can organize things like media, networking, databases, utilities, and access everything way faster. If you're coming from FolderView 2 or 3, there's one thing I recommend doing first. While it's not required, it's better to be safe than sorry. Let's go ahead and export your current folder view layout. To do that, let's jump over to Settings, and we'll find Folder View. Inside of there, on the top, under Docker, you'll find Export All. Go ahead and click on that option. Go ahead and allow this. I've had this happen before where it comes to an About blank page. Usually, I can just close this, go back in here, tell it to Export All. I'm going to allow this always. Hit OK. Try it again. That time it worked. We've grabbed our Docker folder layout. Now let's go get our VM folder. Let's go down below, find your VMs, Export All, and you'll see that one downloaded as well. We've backed this up because this way, if anything goes wrong, you can restore everything exactly how it was. Now for the upgrade. Let's go install FolderView Plus from the Apps tab. Click on the Apps tab. In the search box, I'll type in FolderView. There's FolderView Plus. Find that, click it, and click Install. Let it install. When it's done, click Done. Next, we're going to need to remove FolderView 2, but let's go see if this one is actually installed and working. I'm going to click on Actions, go to Settings, and you'll see it's here. Scroll down a little bit. You see the folders that is brought in from my previous version of FolderView 2. It's all looking good. You'll see right now it's in safe mode. It says that FolderView 2 is currently installed. We need to go remove that. So let's go up to the top. We'll go to Plugins. We'll look on our list here. We'll find FolderView. There's my old version, FolderView 2. Go over to the right-hand side. We'll click on the checkbox and hit Remove. Only takes a second or two. Go ahead and hit Done when it's done. Let's go back to our Docker tab. And just to make sure, I'm going to refresh the page. And everything looks good. And that's it. You're up and running on FolderView Plus. Pretty easy. If this is your first time setting up FolderView, or you just want a deeper dive into the application itself, let me show you that. To create a folder in FolderView, on your Docker page, you go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see you have this option in the bottom left that says Add Folder. Go ahead and click on that. At the top here, you'll see a section labeled Folder. This is where all the settings live. General, Members, Preview, Chevron, and Status. Right below that, you'll see a live folder preview. So as you make changes, this updates in real time so you can see exactly what your folders will look like. We're going to start in the General section first. This is where you're going to define your folder. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom of this window, you'll see this Core section. This is where the general settings are at. First option here is Name. We'll give this one a name. I'm going to call mine Demo. Below that, you've got an optional option here to assign a folder web UI. I'll leave that alone. Next over, we have Parent Folder. This is used for nesting. This is nice if you have like a large collection of game servers and you want just a games category. You can have subfolders in there for each type of game or each genre or whatever you'd like. For now, I'm just going to go with the plain setup. Over to the right of that, we've got Icon. In the older versions of FolderView, you had to manually set an icon, go out and find one that you wanted, attach it to it, and all that stuff. This new version, it's pretty fantastic. It's got a lot of the stuff built in. So you've got built-in icons. These are default folders, media, networking, automation, whatever. Next to that, we've got third-party icons. Below that, you'll find pack. You can drop down and select different packs. I believe on mine, I've got yellow I'm using. If you want to set a custom icon, you can do that as well. Or if you want to go back to the default one, that's there too. So since this is demo, I'm going to go down to the search option here. And I don't know, we were talking about games, let's do game. This one here looks good. Little game controller, animated icon. Kind of nice. I'll select that. Once you got everything selected, scroll down to the bottom, you'd hit Submit. But let me show you how I actually organize mine. Go back to my Docker tab here. Go ahead and leave all this. Don't need it. This is my real server. This isn't a stage thing. This is how I've actually got them set up. I organize everything by function, different cloud services, database services, game servers, media automation. And you'll notice off to the right of each one of those, you've got the different applications within there. Under database services, I've got MariaDB, MongoDB, AdMiner, another MariaDB for C-file, and one for Postgres SQL for image. If you expand the folder, you'll see all those applications listed out below. Let's go take a look at media automation. Here I've got Sonar, Radar, LiDAR, Redar, Speakar, Unmanic, ImageMade, WatchState, Jellyplex Watched, Huntar, which do not use Huntar. It's off. Trailer, Profiler, Suggestar, Booklore, once again, another one that's defunct. Reading Glasses, and Maintainer. Just this one folder here takes up an entire screen. Go back up here, minimize it. Everything's nice and neat and organized. For media servers, I threw in everything that I had. Plex, Jellyfin, Mealy, Caliber, Audio Bookshelf, Kapower, Bazaar, Homar, and an MB server. Just want to note here that, as you can see, everything says that there's an update available. It's not true. There's a little glitch in the system of FolderView Plus. If I was to refresh this, go back down, now you'll see that only the one that has an update actually shows. The rest of them all saying they're up to date. This version of FolderView is under development and it's continuously being updated, so I would expect this to go away fairly shortly. So under each folder here, you'll see there's several different applications. This one's got 2. Now it's only got 1. If you look at the name of the folder over on the left-hand side, you'll see like here, Media Automation. It's showing 11 of 16 started. It means there's 16 items in this folder. 11 of them are actually running right now. I'm not going to read through every folder that I've got on my server here, but you can kind of get an idea of how I've got these organized. You know, automation, requesters, media servers, network services. Doesn't mean you have to do it this way. It's just how mine's set up. For me, this keeps everything clean and way easier to manage. Up here, I have one that's called Unsorted. You can see there's no icon on it. This is one I just threw together just to throw random stuff into. Stuff I haven't organized yet. Like Redis here, this one is a database. So let's go add that to the database services. I'll go click on its parent folder, Unsorted, to open it up. I'll click on Members. I'll scroll down. I will find it listed here. Redis right there. Over on the right-hand side, I will deselect it so it won't be part of the Unsorted folder. Click Submit to submit the changes. Now I'll go find the one that I wanted to put it into, which is Database Services. I'll click on that folder itself. Click Members, scroll down. Here you'd toggle on any applications that you want to be a member of that folder. I've already got several in there. I just wanted to add this one, so I made sure that one was added, turned on. We'll hit Submit, and that's it. We'll go down here to Database Services. We'll expand it, and you'll now see that it's down here in that folder. Let's go add the SportR application to my Media Automation folder. Find Media Automation, go to Members, scroll down. It's at the very bottom, toggle that on. Hit Submit. Now it appears inside of that folder instead of cluttering up my main list. All right, let's go back into Unsorted. So we've talked about General. We've talked about Members. Next option over is Preview. This controls how your folder looks and behaves. I purposely left this one on its defaults so that I could show you how I like to set mine up. If you scroll down to the core section, first we've got Preview. Currently it's on Icon and Label. That's where I like mine at. It gives you the icon for the application and then the name of the application next to it. Next over, we've got Orange Text and Update. If there's something that needs to be updated, the text over here on the side will become orange. I keep that on. We'll skip over text width and go to Preview Rows. This adjusts how many rows are showing on the screen for each folder that you have. Right now it's set to 1. This is the first time I've seen this feature added in any folder view version, so it's kind of nice. To help explain what this does, let's go look at our live preview. Here you'll see it's 1 row tall. If we change this, not sure if we'll do a live preview or not. Yeah, it did go to 2. So now you see it's a little wider. It's got 2 rows of icons in there now. If we go to 3, it gets even wider. I don't have enough applications in there to make it expand to 3, but if you did, it'd expand and show you. Personally, I like to keep it on 1 single row. Just makes everything kind of clean. Next, we've got Preview Icon Grayscale. I leave this off. Moving on. Add Preview Open Web URL. I like to have this on. What this does, gives you a little web UI icon. Next, we've got Preview Open Logs. That shows you the logs just by clicking on the little icon for it. I like to have that on. Next one over is the one for the console. Once again, I like having that on. Preview Vertical Bars. I do like to have that. It puts little bars between each application, just like that. You can change the bar color if you'd like. Next, we've got Show Preview Border. This is the border on the outside. I like to have it on. All right, next we've got Preview Context. It's currently set to Advanced. I like it that way. Gives you more details. Next option over is Activation Mode. This is setting how you activate the applications. Click as default. Been playing around with hover. It's kind of nice. Saves a half a second. Next, Graph Mode. Combined. I like that option. Time frame. We'll leave that for 60 seconds. Using this setup for me, it gives a nice, clean, interactive layout. All right, let's go back to the top here. We'll go to Chevron. What Chevron does is this controls and expands this collapse arrow in the front of each folder. This is the one that shows you what applications are inside of the folder. You can customize how it looks by going down. You have different styles. Minimal is default. You can do boxed, ghost, whatever you'd like. I leave it on minimal, the default setting. I think it's good. Chevron colors, you can change the default colors. The defaults are fine. If you want to change it, click on it, select a new color. The activated color, once again, click on it, change the color. It's totally optional. It's just for your visual preference. Next option over, we've got status. This adds a colored bar in front of the folder. So if I turn it on, you'll see a little bar appear over here. The different statuses are over here. If it started, it's white. If it's paused, it's orangey yellow. And if it stopped, it's red. Personally, I don't use it, but if you want a quick visual indicator, it's there. Once you've got all your settings set, hit submit, and it'll apply it to the folder. You'll now see my unsorted folder has the vertical bars between it. Those little preview icons I was telling you about, like this little globe here, that's the web UI. The one next to it here is the command prompt or the terminal for it. And then the last one is the log file. So if you want to look at the log file for any particular application, you don't have to open it up. You can just click on that little icon right there, and it brings the log file right up. So once you've created a few folders, go to Settings, and then FolderView Plus. Here you can adjust the order of your folders. If you go to Sort Mode and View Settings, underneath there, you'll find Sort Mode. Drop down, you've got different built-in options here. Personally, I like name A to Z, and for me, that helps keep everything consistent. And below there, you'll find a lot more additional settings. You can hide empty folders. There's different folder badges, runtime settings, dashboard stuff, all kinds of stuff. So here, I would just play with things, see what you like. And here's a bonus pro tip, nested folders. So if you want to take this further, you could use nested folders. For an example, you could create one called Media. Let's say you want to add in some media automation to that folder. You can take that one, find a parent, we'll call it Media, hit submit. Then let's add in some media servers. We'll go to there. Once again, we'll find media down here, submit that one. And we've got one for media requesters. Let's go ahead and add that to it as well. Find the parent folder, add it. So now your entire media stack is grouped together so you don't have folder after folder after folder. They're all stacked underneath here. If we expand this, you'll see media automation as a subfolder. We can expand that and see everything that's within it. If we go back, media requesters, same stuff. Media servers, they're all right there. This might seem like a small change, but once you start running a lot of containers, this becomes a must-have. It makes your server easier to manage, faster to navigate, and cleaner overall. If you're setting up your Unraid server and want a clean structure like this from day one, I put together a free Unraid starter guide. It covers folder structure, app order, and some best practices. The link is down in the description. If this helped you clean up your Docker mess, hit the like button. And if you want more Unraid content like this, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want early access and ad-free versions of these videos, check out the Patreon. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.